And we are back. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. We got some more film. You're probably gonna get film from every single draft pick and undrafted free agent that we have. So just hang tight and hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100,000. I appreciate you. So we got Traeshon Holden, former Oregon wide receiver. He's an undrafted free agent wide receiver for the Cowboys now, and he's got some very interesting film, right? Because he doesn't fit into an archetype necessarily. Because when you think about vertical deep threat type guys, you think about speedy dudes. He's not a speedy dude, right? He's much more of a physical, route runny, hard to tackle guy. But when you think about those guys, you think about dudes that just kind of run slants and power through people. He do that sometimes, but he does a lot more of the vertical things. So he doesn't fit into an archetype very well. I think what makes him really get busy in the vertical game is him tracking the football. He got a lot of plays that's vertical and down the field. Like I said, he's not the speediest, burstiest guy in the world, but he tracks the ball really well. And, you know, we could talk about, hey, Voch, how important is tracking the football? Well, there are a couple Cowboy players that missed deep passes last year just because they couldn't find the ball in the air. Traeshon Holden does a really good job of just finding the ball, and he catches everything. I'll show you another one. Here's Traeshon Holden here, and just another note for you. He lines up all over the formation. Here he's lined up to the inside there, and we're going to get a lot more vertical for you. Now, like I said, he doesn't really stack the hell out of the DBs in that way that he's gaining ground quickly. He does have a cool little stride with the legs there, but he's getting behind zone coverage and he's tracking the football right now. And he's got some DBs kind of closing in on him, but he's still tracking the football. Now think about how weird this catch is. Like, we're working in this direction towards the middle of the field, but he has to stop, readjust, turn, and then come back to catch the body, come back and catch the ball with his body. I'm showing you this play because even if the ball is in a weird place, Traeshon Holden will find a way to come down with it. I'll show you another example. Traeshon here going in motion. He's gonna cross the formation here. Just for whatever reason, the ball's a little low from Dillon Gabriel. Let me look at Dillon Gabriel in the backfield, see if pass rush got to him. Nah, the ball just low. All right, cool. But the good thing about Traeshon is if he has to readjust, if he has to go up, if he has to go behind him, or in this instant, if he has to go low, he'll just snatch the ball up off the ground. But let's keep working. I just had one more play of him tracking the football, getting vertical here, more of a deep pass, catching the ball in the back of the end zone, just tracking, catching, and keeping his feet down the end zone there, which is another thing that he's really good at. He's good at body control, finding the sideline, finding the back of the end zone, and getting feet down. But let's move on. What I like about him is his size and how physical he is. Listen, man, he's not the route running savant, right? But that's not how he wins. That's not how he gets busy. He gets busy by daring DBs to come up and jam him. This is a goofy little, jam attempt or press attempt, whatever. But whatever. He's gonna run through this first attempt, bam, even though it was bad, he's gonna run through it. But this second one is what's more impactful to me. Take a look at him here. Boom, boom, boom. He's gonna get to the top of the route here, and the DB is kind of gonna put a little pressure on him. He's gonna grab and hold and really grab onto that arm. But what Traeshon is really good at is fighting through that contact and catching the ball anyway. And we talked about tracking the football. Like, what's important about tracking the football? Well, you could be a receiver that fights through this contact, but you still won't be able to find the ball sometimes, right? Traeshon's going to fight through this hold attempt, this grab attempt, even grabbing at the arms there. He's going to track the football and catch it with his hands. I'll show you one more. This will make him really good as a goal line threat. Down here in the goal line where his body's on bodies, and we're just trying to throw you off your game a little bit. This little bump here from that's Corey Simon, that linebacker. That little bump didn't really throw off any of the timing per se. It kind of bumped him, but he kept running his route, and he went right back to the back of the end zone, his favorite spot, put both feet down. Both feet. He put enough feet down in college football to call this a touchdown catch, but just physical guy. Here's another example. I like wide receivers where whenever they catch the football, they can give you a couple more yards, right? So he's not going to be yak guy in like a bursty way, right, where he's running away from people. He's just going to be hard to tackle, big size yak guy. You know what I mean? So let's see. He caught the ball. Let's see. He caught the ball at the 40, whatever. Bam. And even the first tackle didn't get him. Bam. I'm second tackle, you know what I mean? Like, I like my wide receivers and my running backs, any ball carriers, to run with a little bit of weight to them. I call it gravity. To run with a little bit of gravity to where you're not just falling down from any contact. Here's another example. Traeshon Holden catching a little bit of a bubble screeny weenie. Bam. Hey, tackle me, bro. Tackle me. And the first guy may not. The first guy may still slow me down so that the second or third guy can. But I like yak guys, man. Y'all know me. I think yak is just a perfect representation of expression of football, right? The first defender kind of touches me there, and we get an extra 6 or 7 yards. You can't beat that. I got another. This time being a little bit of a yak guy, just a little bit of a power runner, helped me get from, hey, I got tackled at the 4-yard line, the 3-yard line, to we got our ass in the end zone because we're a little bigger than you. So I think once we get the, preseason games and we get the training camp, they won't let them thump like that, but preseason games for sure. I can foresee Traeshon giving guys a hard time simply because he's not easy to tackle guy. And I got another play here, just him being a blocker. He's a pretty good blocker. I didn't want to bore y'all with a whole bunch of plays of him blocking, but this will add to his profile. This will be him being a guy that can help you in these different offensive packages. Not that I think, and look, this is another reason why I didn't add a whole bunch of blocking plays to the party, because I don't want y'all to think that I'm trying to sell you a wide receiver because of his ability to block. I am selling you. I'm just trying to explain to you who he is as a wide receiver. He's a tough runner. He runs through routes and through press coverages, through bad tackles and through, bumps at the 5-yard line or whatever, trying to throw your timing off. He's a great hands guy, and I think he's a dude that finds the ball in the air and that creates vertical plays. He's also a pretty good block, a pretty decent blocker. I'm not gonna highlight the idea that he's a decent blocker, but it's because of all the other wide receiver things. Now I'm bringing blocker to the party because we're talking about your likelihood of making the team or your chances of making the team. I don't know if this was because the Jason Garrett administration just bothered the hell out of us or whatever, but or if it was warranted. But Noah Brown made a lot of rosters because he's block guy. A lot of them. And if you're a team that's going to be predominantly, run first or run heavy type team or whatever, I don't think you can have enough wide receivers that'll just roll out and block for you, or roll out and crack block, or roll out and pin for you, as pin and pull teams tend to do. I don't know how much we gonna do, but that'll earn you a spot on the roster and make you a teams guy if you're willing to do some of the dirty work. So Mingo's a good blocking guy. I don't think he's competing with him necessarily. Tober may be safe. Whoever wide receiver 2 and CD is gonna be fine. But Turpin's cool. But if you competing with Flournoy and Jalen Brooks, if you're the better blocker or you do a job better than those guys that can get you a roster spot, hey man, that may be the thing to keep you on this team. Hey, chat, I love y'all to pieces, man. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs. If you enjoy this show, just hit the button to get me a little bit closer to that. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Y'all hold it down, man. Until next time, I love y'all 2 pieces. Crown.